Hi and welcome, and today I want to continue our discussion on using AI to build up our wellness practice. I introduced it on the last blog, and today I want to start diving into how we can use AI for marketing, for social media, for newsletters, for organizing your business, for admin, and lots of stuff which will help make your life as a small business owner like me a lot easier. Now, it's tempting to dive straight into the details and look at how AI can help create blog posts and social media advertising in that for us. But I found that it's really important if you're going to start with AI to do some preparatory work first. And in particular, if you can basically create a big file system which tells the AI everything that you know about your company, so basically brain dump all your ideas and what you've got into a file system, it will help you enormously as you go forward to start to create more assets that you can use to put out blogs and posts and things like that. And so today I'm going to look at what I did to start the process of engaging with AI to help me run the Skillful Mind business. So let's jump over to that now. Okay, so jumping in, I've made a few slides, and before you ask, yes, I did generate these in a few minutes with AI. The first question, of course, is which AI you're going to use. The two big ones these days are Claude and Codex, and actually Gemini from Google is also very good. In fact, that's probably the best one for if you're going to use the free version. So you can either go with the paid version or the free version. I chose to go with Claude just for my own reasons, but you can go with all three. Now, one thing to note is particularly with Claude, there's chat and code. So for example, if you open up the internet user interface with any of these models, Gemini, OpenAI's GPT or Claude, there's the chat mode. But usually with code, you need to download a piece of software and use a desktop app. In fact, I'll just show you Claude. And there's actually three modes in Claude: chat, co-work, and code. Now, chat is the least, has the least abilities. You can just chat with it, and sessions are stored on the internet. Co-work has some ability to make changes to your computer. And then code has even more ability to code up and change the things on your computer. So code is the most powerful, and nowadays I pretty much only work in code because I'm always telling code, here, go to this server, create me an email, etc., etc. Codex, on the other hand, from OpenAI, is trying to get all three together, and Gemini I'm not sure about because I've only ever used the chat interface. So again, I would, if you're confident, use code straight away. It's possibly a little bit more complex, but of course it's so much more powerful. Now, the next one is creating a file structure. So this is the important thing, is to start with, the most useful thing you can do at the very beginning is to create a file structure around your business. And I've named my top file the Claude agent, and then underneath that I've got files like my brand strategy, my brand identity, my marketing folder, my content, which includes blogs and social media posts, my accounting folder, and things like that. And to start the process going, the very best thing you can do is, whichever model you use, ask it to interview you on everything it can about your company and what you know, and you just do a brain dump into the AI and then ask it to create a file structure. Because if you create a nice organized file structure, then the AI has the ability to interrogate that, and when it's making assets for you, like a new blog post or whatever, it can actually look in that file subject structure and go to the right folder and bring out your theme colors, for example. So it takes about an hour or so to begin with, but this is the most useful thing you can do before you start the actual marketing. And to help you, what I've done is, in this same blog post, I've created a file. It's called an MD file, which is just sort of like a text file, but it's a file which is readable by AIs and people at the same time. So it's the default file that sort of people use when working with AI. And you just simply upload that prompt or that MD file into your AI and get it to read that, and it'll go through and ask you these questions and create that file structure for you. So go ahead and do that. And then, so that's the initial prompt. And all you do then is simply ask questions. It'll ask you questions in batches, so it's not too overwhelming. It does take a little bit of time, but I really think it's worth the effort to put that in. And then in the next blog, once you've done your big brain dump about who you are, what you're trying to achieve, what your KPIs are, what products you've got, how much you sell them for, that sort of thing, then in our next blog, we'll look at creating some content like blog posts or media posts or newsletters or that sort of thing. Okay, have fun.